Hey yeah, my name is Thornscale, and today we're going to be talking about Eidols. It is a very unique animal survival game that looks to be doing some things that are very different from the rest of the genre. It is currently in pre-alpha, so not even up to early access yet, but they are planning on trying to get it into early access by the first half of 2022. And the game is constantly updating. Honestly, I'm a little bit worried that by the time this video comes out, it'll already be a little bit out of date, but we'll see. So if you're interested in giving this game a try, at the end of the video, I'll have multiple ways for you to pick up a key, including a free one we'll be giving away. And this guy on screen is the first playable creature, the Wendigo. Now, the first thing you might notice right out of the gate are those long yellow tendrils that come off its back. Those are actually your health bar. That is one of the unique things this game is going for, minimal UI. So those tendrils, as you take damage, they'll become more and more gray and faded over time. And as far as like your stamina, that's shown by how your creature is breathing. If your creature looks exhausted, it is exhausted. So that is your UI, your creature itself. But the Wendigo isn't the only creature we'll be getting. There are going to be two others that they're hoping to have out before the game goes into early access. The next of which is going to be the mantis fin, a freaking sky whale. And if you choose the correct affinity for it, you'll even be able to shoot laser beams from your face. We also have the mawwing that doesn't look creepy at first until you realize that its whole neck is its mouth, and its whole neck opens up to eat things. And then we have all of their baby forms, which have their own set of perks. Like the baby mantis fin will be able to ride in its parents' wake to fly through the sky. And I mentioned affinities. Affinities are one of the many ways that your creature advances and evolves in this game. You'll be able to choose from solid, which is basically gravity and telekinesis, liquid, which is water and ice, gas, combustion and air abilities, and plasma, which are your lovely laser beams. And then your diet and actions in the game have a very real and very physical effect on how your character evolves, from becoming sleeker and faster to possibly even growing horns. What you eat is what you become. And because of that, where normally having only 3 playable species in a survival game like this might be a red flag, here it's not really a big deal, because just because 2 players are playing the same creature doesn't mean that those creatures will be anything alike. They may have evolved in completely different directions. And speaking of things evolving, you can help this channel evolve into a new form by hitting the like and subscribe button. It's completely free and pretty much the only way that the algorithm is ever going to notice a smaller channel like this one. And moving along, we have one of the latest additions to the test servers, the various biomes. Now, these aren't like the final iterations of the biomes at all. This is basically just kind of a test map. So this is actually a fairly small map, but each of the different biomes is kind of like a sampler platter of what the devs want the biomes to look like. They're more of just kind of a little concept. They're conceptual. And in addition to these 5 biomes, there's going to be at least 2 others that are going to be extreme temperatures, extremely hot or extremely cold. And this entire test map, to my understanding, is about 1/3 of the size that they want the final biomes individually to be. So I guess that would make it, doing the math real quick, something like 21 times the size of this map is what they'd like the final map to be. As great as these biomes look during the day, what really makes Eidols stand out is how great they look at night. There's a lot of survival games where the nighttime just looks horrible. But here, check this out. This is the night sands at night, where you actually get the feeling of kind of running through space itself. And then you go to a biome like the Babbling Woods, and you really start to see some of the Avatar inspiration behind this game. What other animal survival game have you played that looks this good, this interesting at night? You're actually excited for once when it starts to get dark. And all of the creatures in the game, both the playable creatures and the AI creatures, are all designed with this nighttime aesthetic in mind. So they all have glowing parts, and depending on what you eat, your glow may be influenced and help you blend in with the various biomes. Like this Wendigo has an orange glow, but if I lived in the Babbling Woods and were eating a bunch of the plants and stuff that are around here, then I might possibly have a green glow. Oh, speaking of eating things, you get to choose if your creature is a plant-eating creature or a meat-eating creature. And that will determine what your diet is going forward, what you start to get benefits from. You could also be an omnivore. You get to determine a lot about how your creature evolves in this game. And there are a bunch of AI creatures planned, and this is where you're going to see a lot of the Berserk influence for this game. As you look through these various enemy AI, you're going to see kind of some body horror elements, some of the demonic monsters that you might see in Berserk, and also some of the kind of goofier creatures that you might see in Berserk. So if you haven't seen the Berserk anime, go ahead and watch that, and you get a pretty good idea of the kind of creatures that are coming up ahead. Now, some of these creatures have started going into the modeling process. So the devs have kind of been hinting that some of these AI may be coming to the test server sooner as opposed to later, which will be pretty cool. Not to mention, kind of funny that this game is going to be further along on developing AI in an animal survival game than a bunch of the bigger survival games are. If Eidols looks like a game you're interested in giving a try, I did mention at the beginning of the video that there are multiple ways to get keys. The best of which is probably just to go to the Eidols Discord and follow the links there to go to their Patreon, where you can donate to the developers directly and get yourself a key. I'll have a link to their Discord down in the description below. Otherwise, if you hang out in their Discord long enough, you can also occasionally win a contest. And speaking of contests, the Eidols devs have generously given me a key to give away to one lucky member of our Discord community. You can find the Discord link down in the description below. The contest post itself will be in announcements, and the contest will run for 2 weeks from when this video goes live. Good luck! And thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And like I said before, it'd be awesome if you could do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe buttons. For a small content creator like myself, it means the world. Either way, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!